Okay, I have here a phylogenetic tree of cetaceans, that is the whales, and most of these tip species are fossils. Only a few of these are extant whales. What I want to do is show you how to color branches according to character states. So all of the different project folders had some kind of a file that listed or described character states. So for example, here's the character list used in the phylogenetic tree that I just showed you, and the numbers of the characters are going to be the same as they are in the matrix of the characters you have. So you can read about what the character is and what the different states mean. Some of the characters, like baleen, is pretty self-evident. Some of the characters have much more description, like rostrum, that has going to have something to do with the nose, right? Much more of a description. So I want to map the states of baleen, present or absent or present, on this tree. So I go back. Here's my character matrix. Baleen is that first character. I actually just changed the name of it to Char1 baleen. And what I want to do is create a new sheet. So I'm going to hit the little plus add sheet sign there, and I'm going to call this character 1 baleen. And I want to copy that taxon column, and I want to copy the character state column. And the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I replace all of these spaces with an underscore. So I'm going to highlight that first column. I'm going to hit Command F for find those three little dots there. And I want to find a space, so I'm just typing a space in there, and I'm going to replace it with an underscore. So I type an underscore there, and I want to replace all. Done. So we can see we have that replaced. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to create a color that matches the 0 state, the 1 state, and the question mark, which is just that character is missing in that particular fossil, so they don't know what the state is. So let's start with the question mark, a nice background color. Okay, and for that we want to use a gray of some sort. We could even use black. I think black is the hex code for black is 000 black, or let's do dark gray hex code. And that's pretty good. Let's just use that dark gray hex code right there. And we're going to paste that in. And the format doesn't matter here, but let's make the format consistent. What is this? 10. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to copy that now, and I'm just going to paste it in every single cell of that column. Right? Now what I need to do is change, that's the hex code gray for the question mark. So now I need a color for 0 and a color for the state 1. And I'm going to get hex codes from a site called Color Brewer. So I'm just going to type Color Brewer in. And here's Color Brewer. And I want to use, how about something like that? These dark. Maybe that orange and that purple. I'm going to change my number of states. So, right, you can see if I change it to 6, I get 6 different colors there. I'm just going to go back up to 3, and we're going to use these first 2 colors. So I'm not quite sure what this is, kind of a tealy green. We're going to copy that. That will be the color for absent. So 0, so I'm going to paste it in, click out, click back in, copy, and every time I see a 0, I'm going to paste it in. So we'll paste it there. I'm going to paste it there. We're going to paste it here. Why is this colored? We're going to paste it at, here. All right, now I need a color for the ones. So go back to my color brewer, and we're going to use the orange for 1. And I'm going to paste it there. I'm going to copy it and paste down, or paste all of those. And I don't think I have any other ones, so we're done. Okay, so I want to save this sheet, not the whole file, but just this sheet as a tab delimited file. And in Google Sheets, I go up to File, go to Download, go to Tab Separated Values, and you see it was just this file was sent to my download folder. Now I want to copy that and put it into I want to drag that into my project folder. So here it is right here. I'm going to drag it into my project folder. Come on, drag. There we go. Confirm. Oops, I just dragged the wrong thing. I think I did. There we go. I don't need this file here, so I'm going to get rid of that. That's just in the way. All right, so here's my Baleen character state evolution tab delimited file in my project folder. Now I go to Treeview and attachments, add attachment from file. There it is right there. I open it. Let's just check it, make sure it looks good. So I'm going to click on Spreadsheet Editor. And there it is. It looks good. Hit OK. Now I need to add, I don't have a parse node module, so I need to add it. Oh, and actually if I click there, now we can say I don't have a parse node module. So I'm going to add it. Parse node states. And I click on it, select my attachment, and change that S to a T. That means it's a tab. I want to use the first row as a header, and I hit apply, and there we have it. We've got the baleen here, and the no baleen here, and then all of this gray is the unknown. So the final thing we want to do is we want to propagate. If we cruise in like this, we want these branches to be orange, and we want these branches to be green. We want to propagate this node state, which is a color, toward the root. So we need to add, we don't have a propagate node module, so we need to add it. Propagate attribute. Open that up. The attribute is color. It's the type is a string. We want to go from roots to tips. Our default value, since everything is colored, that shouldn't matter. But if we hit apply, all right, we should see that. So for example, there, all of those greens have been propagated back. The orange is propagated back. Notice that it gets stuck. So for example, here, the orange wasn't propagated here because this state is ambiguous. It's unknown what the character state is on this branch, and on this branch, it's 1. So that is unknown, and that's why it didn't propagate back. And there we have the character state evolution for baleen on this tree. So now I want to save it. And how do I save it? I go to File, Export. We want to export it as a PNG. We can save a big file at 300 dpi, or we can make that smaller. We can always make it smaller later down the road. So I'm just going to save this as a 300 dpi file, and I'm going to click Export PNG. And we're going to call it character 1 baleen evolution dot png, and we're going to save it. And there it's exporting, so we can go back and look at it. How big of a file is it? There it is right there, 1.9 megabytes. That's not too bad. Now we can open that up, and we can copy and paste it into our presentation. So there it is right there. Zoom in on it. Right? We can see the different species of the tree.